Hello everyone, my name is Henry Bockstael. I just want to say that it's awesome. I was invited to speak at this year's awesome conference put on by Autism Canada. This past September, I launched my YouTube channel, Troubleshooting with Henry. It's a channel about solving problems. Currently, I am focused on travel tips based on my own experience. I would like to share my story of how I got to this point and how I made a dream of mine come true. Although I was born in Ottawa and I live here now, I grew up living in a log cabin on a lake near Parry Sound. We chopped our own firewood and that's how we heated our house. We brought in our own drinking water. We used ATVs or snowmobiles to get back and forth to our house in the winter. One time, we even had to chop a hole in the ice to get water. It was hard work, but lots of fun. Every day, there were practical problems we had to solve. We had a lot of challenges, but I really liked it and I learned a lot about problem solving. I consider myself an adventurous person. I like to try new foods. I like to travel. I love to learn, even though it might be something I've never tried before. Sometimes I get nervous, like when I'm learning a new martial arts skill, for example. But I ask for help. I ask the person explaining the new thing to me to go slowly. Then I practice, sometimes over and over and over again. During my time at high school, I had different work placements. I ran my own coffee business with support from Mr. Roman, an educational assistant. We delivered coffee, tea, hot chocolate, and juice, and baked goods to the staff of the school. I worked at the produce depot, cleaning, recycling cardboard, and helping to replenish stock. I also worked at the restore, helping to sort, clean, and display items. After high school, I wanted to make an impact in my community, to put some good into the world, starting in my own neighborhood. I'd been involved with person-directed planning for many years. That means I looked at what skills I already had, what my interests were, and what skills I wanted to learn. There were so many things I wanted to do. With the help of my support team, I came up with the plan to pursue sports and explore new work environments through volunteer opportunities. We decided that I would do volunteer work with my life skills coach, Kate. Kate and I would work as a team so that I had the support I needed to explore different work experiences. That meant we would work together on every job site, side by side. We were partners. There were lots of benefits to our buddy system. If something went wrong, we were there for each other. It made learning new skills easier, safer, and more fun. Over the past 3 years, we worked in a lot of different situations. We were porters at the St. Vincent Hospital. We worked as sous chefs at the Shepherds of Good Hope Soup Kitchen. We pruned trees and shrubs as part of the gardening team at the Experimental Farm. We stocked shelves at the Parkdale Food Center. We tended to large and small animals at Youth Farm Now, which included moving a lot of manure. I learned a lot of things, like how to report to a boss on the job, how to follow specific instructions, how to follow procedures, how to make a point without being rude, and how to consider other people's feelings. I worked on punctuality, dealing with difficult people while on the job, even dealing with bad weather while working outside. I learned how to use an industrial dishwasher. Super fun. I learned how to help with bingo and art projects with the residents of a rehab and hospice center. I prepared cakes and other desserts, yum, and lots of other things too. I met a lot of different people. Some were experiencing more difficulty than others. Some were more upbeat. I really like the different environments for each job site. Last spring, I was really looking forward to volunteering. I decided to try all new things. My life skills coach and I were accepted by the Canadian Blood Services, the Hillel Lodge, and LTalk, a tutoring service for English as a second language for new Canadians. In preparation for Blood Services, we took a Red Cross basic life-saving course. I even gave blood for the very first time. And then COVID happened. At the time, I was attending the Adaptive Learning Program, a workplace training program. I was taking the light rail transit system to school and back by myself. It took a long time to master this skill, but I did it. I made new friends at school. I had a full daily routine with lots of outings and activities. Then, everything stopped. Volunteering plans stopped. School stopped. Sports stopped. I practiced Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing, both martial arts. The martial arts studio could no longer hold in-person classes. I was taking swimming lessons. All the swimming pools closed. My social life changed completely. It was impossible to make new friends, to see old friends, or even to explore dating. No visits to my cousins or grandparents, or even going places on the train. At first, I was very angry. I was frustrated. I couldn't do the things I wanted to do. Basically, my life came to a grinding halt because of COVID-19. It was hard to understand why, and it was hard to remember why this was happening. I got mad at my parents because I thought they were just saying no to all of my activities, but not telling me why. We had lots of discussions about what was happening. We talked about how we might continue activities in a safe but very different way. Then we started to hear about something called Zoom. We didn't know anything about it, but we learned fast. The Adaptive Learning Program opened up Zoom sessions so I could continue learning and see my friends at school. My martial arts academy offered one-on-one training on Zoom. We set up a workout studio in the basement, and Kate and I moved to online coaching via Zoom too. I started to think about creating a YouTube channel. It's something I'd always talked about doing, but for lots of reasons I've never done. I wanted to share some of the many things I learned from traveling. Traveling has taught me that things rarely go as planned and that you have to roll with it, improvise, make things up as you go along. Do your best in the face of changing circumstances, like we're doing with COVID. Well, after discussing it with my team, we all agreed that this seemed like the perfect opportunity just to go for it. Kate and I began adding discussions into our Zoom sessions about what kind of YouTube channel I wanted to make. I'd recently returned from a year-long trip in Europe with my parents, and I also had a lot of other trips under my belt. We agreed that a channel about travel tips would be a great place to start. Kate and I met on Zoom twice a week to create scripts. We started with the topic, then we blue skied the topic, which means we just talked and came up with ideas. We wrote them down. Then we used the ideas we liked and drafted a working script. We hit on a great format: problem, example, solution. We realized we needed a title. We talked about it, made a short list, and then decided with the focus on problem solving, Troubleshooting with Henry was the perfect title. At some point early on, Kate and I began calling our sessions production meetings. We set and agreed to agendas and followed them to make sure we didn't forget anything that needed to be done. Kate suggested that we needed some music for my channel. We came up with a short list. Then she played Johnny Flynn's The Detectorists for me. I loved it, and it turned out my mom and dad loved it too. I thought it was the perfect music. It really set the tone of what I wanted to do through my channel. We had a discussion about ethics and how and why we should get permission from Johnny Flynn to use his music. Kate told me that normally you would write a formal letter requesting permission, but since I was going to be making videos, we thought it would be a great idea to make a video and send it directly to Johnny Flynn asking permission. The very next day after we sent the video, we received a reply saying, "Yes, you can use the music with our permission." And they also said if anything was to go wrong, they would have our backs. Then the hard work really started. We chose a launch date and worked backwards. None of what I've been doing is easy. It's taken a lot of time, an awful lot of hard work, practicing, rehearsing, learning, writing, and editing, polishing. I don't always feel like doing those things. Sometimes I'd rather play video games and chill out, but I do it because it needs to be done. I have a responsibility and I want to be professional. I started this. It's my choice. My dad is the camera operator and takes care of lighting and on-set adjustments. My mom helps with rehearsals, script editing, and wardrobe. Kate directs through Zoom. Then once I give final approval of Kate's edit, a new episode is uploaded to my channel every Friday. With the help and support of my team, the people I love, and who believe in me, I'm able to move forward with my dreams. It might be strange to say, but if COVID hadn't happened, I might not have made my YouTube channel at all. I wouldn't have learned about writing, editing, and being on camera, and I wouldn't be here talking with you today. When things don't go as expected, it's not easy for me or for anyone. It can be uncomfortable, unnerving, confusing, sad, stressful, all the big emotions. But don't stop there. Don't give up. It's important to breathe deeply and look at what opportunities this new situation offers that you didn't have before. Everybody has stuff going on in their lives. Sometimes it presents a challenge to overcome. Sometimes you have a unique perspective. Like we all have living with autism. Having a disability is not all about what you can't do. It should be about what you can do. Thank you for listening, and please check out my YouTube channel, Troubleshooting with Henry. I hope you like it as much as I enjoy making it. Happy travels! Hello, Johnny Flynn. This is me, Henry Bockstael, and I'm doing a vlog about traveling and many other things. And me and my life coach, Kate Herman, are we were looking at music on the internet, and we found Detectorists, and we think it was perfect for my vlog. And I'm sending you this video asking you for your permission if we could include that in my vlog, following ethical practices. Thank you and have a great day. Hello everyone, it's me, Henry Bockstael, and welcome to my channel, Troubleshooting with Henry. Today's topic is budgeting for a trip. This is an important step in planning for any travel adventure. You'll need to start thinking about this long before you go on your trip. One of the important things to look for is a decent shower. You want a good shower with the proper shower curtain or door. You could end up with water all over the floor, and you might also have a bunch of controls you don't know how to use. I speak from personal experience on this one. Also, in small kitchens, it's very important to close the cupboard doors. Pay attention to complaints on review sites about head bonking. If you're tall, like me, I was seeing stars on more than one occasion. Our favorite thing to do was to buy food at small shops, specializing in one type of food. For example, a boulangerie for bread, croissant, brioche, a patisserie for yummy sweet treats, or a fromagerie for cheese. There are also shops that only sell fruit and vegetables. 2. Going to smaller and busier restaurants is often a better choice. If the local community frequents a particular restaurant, it's probably a solid choice. The food will often be more authentic and usually a better price. It's less likely to give you problems. The focus of this episode is eating street food. When you're out and about, sightseeing, or exploring a local market, it may not always be possible to bring your own food. This is when street food comes in handy. It's a great way to grab a substantial snack that showcases the local cuisine. Okay, what's going on? Be aware that your clothing and personal items of apparel may be a beacon for thieves. You could become overly noticeable, and not in a good way. As a tourist, you want to try to blend in. Only wear as much jewelry as the locals are wearing. You don't want too much bling. Leave your fancy stuff at home. On previous travels, my companions and I rarely had a dryer. The common practice in Europe is to hang your clothes outside to dry. So, when you're packing, try to bring clothes that dry quickly. Lightweight, man-made fibers are preferable. Cotton and jeans take much longer to dry. You don't want to put damp clothes in your suitcase. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe below. And as always, special thanks to Johnny Flynn for giving us permission to use his beautiful music. Happy travels! Happy travels! Happy travels! Happy travels! Happy travels!
One more time with the wink. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
And
Happy travels.